a 12-gauge slug. That's what I was shot with.
Lieutenant Tion Augustine shot while responding to calls of a suicidal man. His wife, a sergeant at the sheriff's office, listening to the police radio.
And I remember having trouble breathing, like I wasn't getting enough air. It was almost like somebody punched me in the gut.
Sergeant Emily Augustine's gut instincts were correct.
My phone rang, and it was Ty.
And I told her that I was the one that was shot.
And he told me that he had been shot.
And I was going to be all right. I was hurt real bad, but it's going to be okay.
He says he told me other things past that, but I didn't hear anything else. I heard that he was shot.
This is the result. Shot in the hip, left with a broken femur.
I felt the impact. When it hit me, it kind of stood me up on that side. When my weight came back down that leg, I could feel the bones grinding together.
He says he fired back at something moving in the woods.
And when I returned fire, she started yelling.
Lieutenant Augustine says the woman yelling was the suspect's mother and gave them a clue as to where the shooter was. But Lieutenant Augustine was left to take cover to stop his bleeding until
Sergeant Henson started dragging me towards cover. Officer Williard was providing cover in case we were being shot at again.
What was going through your mind?
I was concerned somebody else was going to get shot. They exhibited the utmost bravery. They got me up to the ambulance and started cutting my clothes off of me, and they started packing the wounds.
Sergeant Emily Augustine tells me it wasn't until a day later it sunk in.
I just lost it and started crying and went over to him, and everybody just kind of stepped out of the room. He's always been such a strong person, and he's always been the one that takes care of me and the kids and the house.
Then more tears after the community's strong show of support.
It was amazing. It was overwhelming.
It's overwhelming. Ty and I know we've cried several times together, because it's just amazing that so many people, you know, that you don't even know are willing to reach out and say thank you.
But nationwide, it's been tough for law enforcement.
We're a divided nation right now, more so than we have been in 40 or 50 years.
And then last week, the Augustines say what happened in Sebastian County was too close to what happened to Lieutenant Augustine.
My wife and I and a couple of the deputies went to Fort Smith, but we weren't able to get there in time to offer any support. It's a difficult time for all police officers. You know, we have support, and we have a lot more support than we realize a lot of times. You know, and my incident proved that to me, how many people support it. It's kind of a silent majority, but people aren't so silent anymore.
Still, a life lost, and Lieutenant Augustine was unable to make it to Corporal Bill Cooper's funeral, but Sergeant Augustine was.
I was thankful for myself that I didn't have to, that wasn't my husband, you know. But I was also heartbroken for the family of Bill Cooper, because I knew the anguish they were feeling. You know, I knew that they were suffering.
The law enforcement family reminded of reality.
Corporal Cooper paid the ultimate sacrifice and reminded us that freedom is not free.
That statement rings true with me, that freedom isn't free. There's a price paid for all of it.
I think we as a nation sometimes forget that, and we take it for granted that we have the freedoms that we have.
You know in the back of your mind that it could happen any day, any time, but that doesn't stop you from going and doing what needs to be done.
As for the suspect, Raymond Plumley,
I don't hold any hard feelings against them or against Mr. Plumley. I've forgiven him. I'm still mad. I'm mad at him for shooting me, but I'll hold him hard. I don't have any hard feelings against him. You know, other than that, I've forgiven him.
Lieutenant Augustine says he was hoping to already be back at work full-time, but right now he's taking it one day at a time. 3 days in therapy, 2 days he's on light duty. In Washington County, Yuna Lee, 4029 News.